Representative Shaw says this bill could create a just Arizona for all, but several bills within the Senate could delay this progress. While migrant and refugee children who live in the parks and on the streets face multiple barriers in accessing a proper education, those that live in shelters are given access to some education. Based on the latest data from the Arizona Department of Health Services, over 13,000 abortions were performed last year. More than 600 of these occurred after the 15-week mark. Behind me in the Student Center, students can meet with an ASU counselor where they can learn about mental health and a variety of study resources to help eliminate stress. For students who want to comment on the tuition proposal, the Arizona Board of Regents will hold a virtual public meeting on March 28th. I'm here outside the Mexican Commission of Refugee Assistance here in Tapachula, Mexico. Behind me you can see a dozen or so protesters gather around organizations who are here to demand papers. These papers would allow these refugees to work in Tapachula, gain medical access, and put their children through school. Under SB 1164, doctors can no longer perform an abortion after 15 weeks. Medical emergencies are the only exception. Doctors who violate this will be charged with a felony. One doctor says it will be hard for women to get an abortion before 15 weeks.
In states with a lot of restrictions like Arizona, the ability to access abortion early in pregnancy is impacted. And so just by the sheer means of the hoops that people have to jump through to obtain abortion care in their state advances them in pregnancy.
Advocates expect women to start traveling to other states for abortion care. They also see women going to extreme measures.
To see people starting to self-manage their abortions later in pregnancy. And so we'll probably start to see more people presenting with what appears to be incomplete miscarriages and things of that nature that will need to be cared for.
Based on the latest data from the Arizona Department of Health Services, over 13,000 abortions were performed last year. More than 600 of these occurred after the 15-week mark.
If this law goes into effect, we could potentially see at least 700 lives saved.
While pro-life groups celebrate, pro-choice groups are looking to prevent more laws that deny women their right to choose what is done with their bodies. One advocate suggests this as a way forward.
I think what we need to do as a society is to destigmatize abortion so that people don't have that oppressive stigma weighing on them.
As the Supreme Court continues to deliberate a similar Mississippi law, advocates in Arizona will continue to push for abortion to remain an intimate issue, not a topic for political discussion. In Phoenix, Emilee Miranda, Cronkite News. While winter may force many parts of the country inside, here in Arizona, residents take to the trails. The mild desert temperatures provide the perfect conditions for hiking. In Phoenix, there are over 200 miles of trails. Whether you are a devoted hiker or looking for a family outing, there is one for you. If you are unsure which is the best fit, the Parks and Recreation website has an interactive map that provides the difficulty of all city trails. To stay safe, hikers are encouraged to dress appropriately and drink plenty of water. One park ranger had this to add.
And we do ask people, whether you are a new hiker or an experienced hiker, to stay on trail. Don't trailblaze. It's really bad for nature, and it can also be dangerous for you.
Ranger Benson wants to also remind people to be considerate and patient of other hikers enjoying the trails. For more information on trails and helpful hiking tips, visit the Phoenix Parks and Recreation Department website at www.phoenix.gov/parks. Title 42, a border policy imposed by the Trump administration, has recently been at the center of controversy. Reporter Geraldine Torellis takes us to Nogales, which has seen the impact of this policy. Now to the latest in the war on Ukraine. Ukrainian troops managed to slow Russia's advance and held on to the capital and other key cities, at least for now. Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered its nuclear forces to be on high alert. That threatened to elevate the war to a terrifying new level. Ukrainian and Russian delegations met on Monday on Ukraine's border with Belarus, but no word on whether there is an end in sight to the war.